Welcome to the All Access Podcast from the experts at Tevis. Each episode, we'll talk about technology topics, trends, or solutions that manufacturers need to know in today's rapidly evolving times. Sit back, enjoy the discussion, and let us know what you think.
All right, friends. Welcome again. This is another episode of the All Access Podcast brought to you by Tevis America here in beautiful Troy, Michigan. This is going to be an exciting, I'm going to call it a little mini episode because guess what? I'm here by myself in the studio and all what you have on this particular episode is me. No additional speaker. Not that we couldn't find one about this topic, but I think we wanted to get quickly this information out to you because I think the information that we're going to bring to you is very important. And it can potentially bring you a lot of value if you choose to go forward with it. Some of our previous episodes that we have had some of our friends on, such as Omar Nashashibi, the information was brought out. If you belong to a manufacturing association, you potentially are going to be able to get some more value out of it. So today's topic is to dive maybe a little bit into what associations are available to you, what they can potentially bring to you as of value, and how you should really go about it and make sure that you attend these associations. Now, what are some of the industry associations that are out there to you? Well, that all depends on what industry you're operating. I mean, if you're in the mold manufacturing, if you're in the die manufacturing, if you're die casters, or if you're designers, anything like that, pretty much for any manufacturing industry, there is an association available for you. I mean, there's the AMBA, the American Mold Builders Association. For our friends over in Canada, it's the CTMA that is available. Then there's the Precision Die Cast, the PMA. For the die manufacturing, there's the NTMA, the National Tooling and Machining Association that is available. So no matter where you are in your manufacturing area, you have an association that is available to you. And I can tell you this, if you've not yet joined a association, please do so. It can provide you a ton of information. It can bring you a lot of value to your organization. And on top of it, it exposes your company to additional manufacturers and potentially even bring you some additional sales. I mean, who doesn't want to have additional sales? And in another podcast that we're coming up, we're talking about the art of selling. But associations are there for you to benefit from. And also, as Omar mentioned, that through the AMBA, he is the voice of all of you. He is the voice in Washington that can maintain or introduce policy or enforce policy with our governing factors, with the White House, with the Congress. And through AMBA, if you're a member of them, you can get then that voice heard. Currently, we're running into a lot of different issues, and I don't think I have to spell all of them out. I mean, if these are issues in terms of getting your raw materials, of your supply chain, of getting parts that you may have previously received from the Ukraine. So we have multiple different factors that affect us all. It affects us over here at Tevis. It affects you on the mold making side. It affects your die makers and your precision molders and all of you out there. So what should you do? I mean, you can't handle these items all by yourself. You can't. There's just no way because you have to produce the part. You have to figure out where to go. So why not join an association? Because they potentially can help you out. So associations, just like the AMBA or the PMA, they have annual meetings, they have monthly meetings, they have roundtables, they have all of those kind of get-togethers that they make available to you. Now, an association is only as good as you're going to attend or make an effort to attend. Because why belong to an association if you're not participating, obviously? And I know all of you guys are saying, well, gee whiz, I don't have time. I am too busy. And that may be true. You possibly are too busy, and you possibly it doesn't fit in your timetable. But just think about this. What are you missing out on if you don't belong to an association? If you go to some of these meetings, as we have done at TEBIS America at times, yes, we belong to associations as well, because only at those associations can you collaborate together with other manufacturers. You can see of what is the industry doing in terms of trend. You can kind of prepare on what's going to be coming on in terms of decision-making processes from up top. But most importantly, if you go to these meetings, you have a feeling of belonging to a group, and that you have that idea that you don't have to tackle all of these issues all on your own. I guarantee you, every mold maker, every die maker that is currently operating in these United States here, and even our friends over in Europe, because I'm being told that even our friends in the UK as well as in Germany are listening to this podcast, and they have associations over there as well. But if you go to these meetings, you now have these ideas. You're not the only one that have these issues. And you know what? You can collaborate together with some of the other mold manufacturers and die makers and precision molders and seeing what have they tried already. What have they done to maybe facilitate? And try those items out. Sometimes they're not perfect, but they get you in the right direction. And sharing those ideas is key. I know we operate in a very competitive world. I get it. We here at TEBIS, we're just as competitive as you are in the mold manufacturing business. And sometimes, being competitive means you want to keep everything as close to your chest as possible, because that gives you your edge in manufacturing. But you know what? Sometimes sharing ideas, sharing concepts, sharing ways of doing things differently opens up different avenues, opens up value to your company that potentially you can grasp and take it to the next level. And that is what these various associations provide to you. That's exactly it. Sharing. When we go to the AMBA or the PMA meetings, we collaborate with all of you. We find out how you're doing. We're not there directly in a position of selling software, or you're not there in these associations that you're trying to sell your services or your molds. You're there to talk. You're there to listen. You're there to see and give input on what's happening in your type of business. So it's all about problem solving. And who doesn't like solving problems? Because we all have these challenges. And sometimes getting different ideas is just key. So jump out of your own skin and try something new. Try to go to these associations. And I'm not saying go to every single event and every single association so that your calendar is so overfilled with all these associations, but pick some that fit your organization, your size of the company, and see of how you can make a difference in your manufacturing world. And at the same time, take some very informative information back. All of these associations, they have newsletters and workshops and seminars and all of these things. Sometimes these newsletters are awesome. We get these newsletters just like you do if you belong to an association. Read them. There's a lot of information out there about how the industry is currently doing, what we have coming up in the next few months, and give us some additional information that potentially you did not know. Because guess what? All of you have your four walls. You have your job to do. There's very little time for you to look elsewise throughout the course of the day. So take those 2 hours or that half day and go to these associations. It's all about making business better for tomorrow. Just think about the new generation that's coming in. They're coming in with their current know-how that they learned from university or from high school or from trade schools, whatever that is. Just think about this. If you make them early on have them attend association meetings, guess of how quickly they can grow, how quickly you can network together between all the different companies that are out there. It's all about making contacts, because you know what? That's how we strive forward in life, by having associations and contacts. What is the saying? It's better of who you know than what you know. And that is exactly the key. Knowing exactly in case of need of who to go to. Contact your president at the association. Hey, I'm running into this particular issue. Who do you think can help me? Or who can you give me that can potentially assist me with this? Perfect. And they are more than happy to help. They're an awesome group of people. Any association that we have dealt with in the past, they're awesome people. Just like you and me. And it's all about building your company up, because we want you to be successful. We want you to purchase new equipment, because new technology is what drives us. New technology, if you think back 20 years ago, what kind of machines you had sitting on your shop floor, and now compare that to what you have now. I mean, honestly, just recently I was on a field trip with my son, who is currently in middle school. Went down to the Henry Ford Museum, and we watched the Apollo 11 moon landing that was happening back in 1969. For some of the kids, it's eons ago. For some of us that are a little bit older, some of you remember this moment. But just think about this. These banks of computers that they have sitting there, and the technology that was inside the moon capsule. You know what? The technology that you currently have in your phone is probably more powerful than the technology that they had back in that moon capsule. Now think about your own machines. Figuring out what machines are right now the hottest thing, seeing what other companies have purchased, getting their input, getting their reviews on how good these machines are, is what you can do inside an association. Between presentations, you come together, you collaborate, you talk. You guys know what companies are out there. If you see company X, you walk over and they say, hey, I'm from company Y. We're currently doing this kind of stuff. I've seen an article that you guys have done this already before. Can you give me some input on this? What worked? What didn't work? Done. It also gives you an availability to find out who is a reputable business that you maybe can outsource. If you have too much work that you cannot handle, who could you talk to? I mean, maybe you're a startup. Maybe you're just starting in the mold business. It's a great business to be in. It's booming. But who are additional companies that you maybe could reach out to that could help you out? That's just part of being part of an association. Members at AMBA, as well as other, they also give back to you. There's various rewards that you can get from dealing from various different products. Check with them. See if there's anything out there that can potentially, maybe you can get a discounted rate from a supplier or a manufacturer because they belong to the AMBA. You're part of this group. You're part of this very special group that can help you out. So I mean, there's, like I said, tons and tons of associations that are out there that can help you out, provide you a better tomorrow. Belong to them, contact them, Google them. I mean, like I said, just some of them that we are familiar with is the AMBA. Matter of fact, a little plug for AMBA. There's the annual conference coming up. I think it's May 11th through May 13th in Itasca, Illinois. If you want to become a member, you can immediately go to that conference too and collaborate together with the entire U.S. or the membership of the AMBA. We went last year to the Grand Rapids conference, and it was a blast. It was great. If you are a member and you're listening to this and you have not yet signed up and registered for this conference, do so. Do so. It can only benefit you. If you haven't been there last year at the Grand Rapids one, it was fantastic. There were so many companies that we communicated with, collaborated with, not directly that were saying, hey, it was awesome, we sold seats. No, that was not about it at all. It was about collaborating, finding out what we can do. Some of the breakout sessions that are happening this year are value-added breakout sessions. Our good friend Ken Sewell from Sandler Selling Systems is going to be on in our next episode that's going to be coming up. And there we're talking about how to sell or what you can do and to be more productive. Now, guess what? He's going to be at the AMBA conference as well. He's going to be having a breakout session, and you can talk to him in person, and he can give you input on what you can do different. Our friends over at FCS are going to be there. Tebbis is going to be there at the AMBA conference. You can talk to us about the automation. You can talk to us about virtual machines that is just award-winning around the world. So, belong to an association. That's where you can get true information, real information, and you can see the person behind the software or behind the product or behind the machines. It's just one way in the industry that you can make a difference. And you can help these emerging leaders, these young folks that are coming into it, and be a mentor. That's just another way of assisting. Be a mentor to some of these young kids that are coming in. Of course, as I said earlier, you can't belong to every single association. It's just not possible. I mean, yes, there's a fee associated with every single association, but that's minimum. But if you don't participate, if you're not active in these associations, then it doesn't provide you any value. You just threw money away. So get in touch with our friends at AMBA, with our friends at the PMA, with the NTMA, the OESA. All of these SAs, look out for them. They're there. And they're there to help you. If you need to get in touch with some of these associations and you don't know who to contact us. Contact us at Tebbis. And you can reach us via our marketing at tebbisusa.com email address. Send us your request. Contact me directly if you'd like. If you have my email address or my phone number, you can actually get that from our webpage as well at tebbis.com. We are more than happy to help. If you're over in the UK, if you're over in Germany and you're listening to this, do the same thing. Get in touch with your representatives at Tebbis. We're more than happy to help you out and guide you in the right direction of which association is beneficial for you, which association is going to be helpful, and hopefully this will help you out. So it's all about getting the upper hand or getting a competitive advantage. Because at the end of the day, really, all what you're interested in is produce the best product that you possibly can. And obviously, as a business owner, you want to make as much money as you can so you can reinvest it back into your company. So again, look up for these associations. We are here to help. Give back to the community and be an active member. Look us up, tebbis.com. send us an email, marketing@tebususa.com, and hopefully we will see you next time at a very interesting episode about the power of selling with our friend Ken Sewell. That's going to be coming next. If you have not seen our podcast yet or the previous podcasts, you can go to our website, as I said already, tebus.com. You can also go to Spotify. With that said, I wish you all a good day. Be successful in all what you do and connect with these associations that can help you be a better person and make for a better tomorrow. I'll thank you and talk to you soon.
Thank you for joining this episode of All Access. Please leave a comment or review with your feedback or what you'd like to hear in future episodes. To learn more about manufacturing technology solutions and Tebus's capabilities, visit our website at Tebus. That's TEBIS.com.